Well, welcome to another video, guys. This is number 5 in my mini series of my Surly British Club bike build, and yes, I finally got my wheels. I popped down to Bristol the other weekend to meet Paul from Velo, who kindly hand built these wheels for me, and I'm super excited about getting them on the bike. There's a clip coming up about that in a minute where Paul explains how he built these wheels for me and what components he's used. But in this video, I'm also going to fit the 11-speed Shimano Dior Cassette and also the disc brakes for the other side, and I've gone for the TRP centre lock rotors. Now I'm going for a 160 on the rear and a 180 on the front. But before we do that, let's cut to that clip where I visited Paul in Bristol. Well, it's a damp Saturday morning here at 6 o'clock in the morning, but today is an exciting day for me because I'm going to Bristol to pick up my hand-built wheels from Paul at Velo. So yeah, so I'm on my way now to my car, and I'll see you when I get to Bristol. Well, I'm about halfway to Bristol, and I'll stop to grab a coffee and something to eat. So it's about an hour and a half away from Basingstoke to Bristol, so yeah, I'm halfway there, and I'll stop to get this sausage baguette from trusty old Greg's. Let's give him a little plug there, Greg's. I must admit, normally when I go into town on a Saturday morning, I'll grab myself a bacon roll, but I've decided to go for the baguette today. Very nice too. Well, hi guys, I'm here in Bristol with Paul from Velo, and I've got my wheels kindly built by Paul. So if you don't mind, Paul, thanks for your time anyway, and
That's
for
all right.
coming to meet me here today for this. But a little bit about you. What got you into building wheels and getting involved with push bikes and cycling?
So I'd say I'm a lifelong cyclist. I've cycled since I was 18, and it's just grown and grown and grown. Obsession, passion, I'd say passion is better. Sometimes I obsess about it, but just a passion. I love cycling. I came up through mountain biking with my wife Sarah. We're really into mountain biking in our 20s, and now it's more kind of touring. I love folding bikes, got a bit of an obsession with my Brompton.
Yeah.
If you watch the YouTube channel,
Yes,
you'll know
yeah,
that.
definitely, yeah.
And I just love bikes. I love the aesthetics of bikes. I love vintage bikes. Modern bikes I like. I do like steel bikes, which you've got.
Yeah.
And throughout my career, I think I've been working on bikes for 15 years. I realised that wheel building was a kind of growth market and just a really nice process, and something that's, I guess, a little bit specialist.
Yeah.
People say to me, oh, you specialise in stuff, and I'm like, do I? And then I'm like, well, actually maybe I do, because I build wheels and not everyone builds wheels. And now I get to build wheels and send them all over the UK, and meet fantastic people like you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I saw your YouTube video and I thought, I see your passion and your love for building wheels, and I thought, I just got to use this bloke. And coming at a great price, if you don't mind me saying.
No,
and
good to know.
Great communications. I didn't feel pressured at all along the way. Some of my terminology on some of the bike parts I'm not aware of, and I felt you were patient with me. I really appreciate your help, and I've learned so much more about the chain. I mean, I've brought myself one of those part tool
Chain checkers. Oh yeah. Probably on your trip, probably the best thing to do is to take loads of chains and replace them regularly.
Well, I've brought 3 so far.
Yeah, do X amount of miles, change it,
Swap them out.
and then depending on what you want to do, you could go back to the first one and then run the 3 again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you get it at the right.
Rotate them, yeah.
Yeah, and then do a cassette change.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you're going to be doing the miles.
Yeah.
Do you want me to chat a little bit about the wheels?
Yeah, feel free.
So we've done a DT Swiss GR531 rim, which is a really nice higher end gravel rim. We've got the Sun 28 dynamo hub. which is probably, it is one of the best dynamo hubs out there. And these are 650B, so they're laced with DT Swiss competition spokes. So they're 2mm at the ends and 1.8mm in the middle, so you call that double butted. So basically they'll handle impact as they rotate a lot better. And yeah, they are just wonderful. On the rear hub, exactly the same, but the Sun don't do a rear hub option. So we've gone for a Bitex BX 106, and that will just keep spinning and spinning and spinning. The front one won't spin as much because there's a magnet in there that creates the electricity, but once it's on the bike you will hardly notice it. Yeah, and they're lovingly laced. They come tubeless ready, and we've supplied some valves as well for a nice centre lock fitting. And really these wheels will just go on and on and on and on. Yeah, I think, well, don't quote me on it, but hopefully you'll get there with no issues.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
They'll do thousands upon thousands of miles.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, hope you enjoy them.
Yeah, I certainly will, Paul. Looking forward to now get them on the bike and build the rest of it.
Yeah, and I think another passion is, you know, when I talk to people about my work and stuff, this week, you know, the last couple of weeks, I'm like, I'm building a set of wheels that are going to Thailand, you know, and people kind of go, oh, right, you know, it's a different side of cycling. And I think from me and my wife, we really are, our market is lifelong cyclists. So you have kind of the real competitive edge, which, you know, but then I kind of build wheels for people like you, or that are doing something big, or they're using their bikes every day. That's kind of our market and always been our market. And something we enjoy because we get to meet so many different people doing all these different things on bikes. And yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, that's brilliant. As again, thank you so much for your time, Paul.
That's all right. Well, good luck on the trip.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
And you'll keep in touch.
I certainly will do. Yeah. And yeah, if you don't mind, I'll put Paul's Velo Works YouTube channel in the description, and also your website if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So all Paul's details will be in there.
Lovely.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
Cheers. So this is how these cassettes come. They come with a fixed 5 there. There's 5 sprockets which are all joined together, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the final one there with individual spaces in between those. And then of course you've got your end cap, your lock-in disc, I should say. So basically the way Shimano have cleverly designed this is for you to basically slip this plastic device onto your hub. Now I don't know whether you can see here, I don't know whether you can see this, but there is a tiny, you've got all your wider, I wouldn't know what you call them, divides, and then you've got one really thin one there, which is this one here on the hub. So basically you line those up and they should all slide on. So without further ado, let's see if I can get that lined up. And that just sort of pushes on there. It almost like slots in there. Now I'm not sure from that angle whether I've actually got that on there, but we'll soon see. If I just turn it a little bit, there you go. They just all slide nicely down onto your free hub, and then that just pops off. Says me, there you go. And then you put your final 11 speed sprocket on, and again that's just got one really thin little divide, so you can't get this wrong, and that goes on there like so. And then of course you put your locking disc in. Now again, very similar to how we done the bottom bracket, it's always best to turn this in reverse to sort of locate the thread. And there you go, you hear that little ping? That's locking in. And then it should go on finger tight. Whatever you do, don't force this because you don't want to be stripping your thread in your hub, or that little locking disc for that matter. And then you get this little tool. This is, again, I'm just using a budget one. A lot of people use park tools. Now this has to be done up at 40 Newton meters. Now I'm not going to be able to do that today because I'm waiting for a new adapter to come to take it down to my little torque rink. So I'm just going to do it again hand tight today with this. Oh, but there's one thing I forgot. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on that. Let's hope I can get this off still. Come on. I want to run a little bit of grease on that thread because that being on at 40 Newton meters, you also need a chain whip to get one of these off to hold that secure to be able to undo this. But I just want to rub a little bit of grease around the thread of that. Tell me if I'm doing that right, or tell me if I'm doing it wrong, please, in the comments. But again, on a few expert videos I've been watching, they recommend you do that. I'm just going to smear a little bit of grease around this locking pin, just so it don't seize on if I need to take this off at a later date. Now I'm not planning on taking a chain whip with me, so if I come into any difficulties I'm a bit buggered, but I'll have to find a bicycle repair shop on my route, but at least it'll make it easier for them to get it off maybe. So then, now that's nicely greased up on that thread, as I did last time, I'm just going to reverse turn this so it finds its engagement into that thread. There you go, just there, that little, just hear that little, when you feel it pop down. And let's turn that on by hand. I've got a little bit of grease on my fingers now, so it's a little bit slippy. But again, you should be able to turn this if you haven't got no cross-threaded. It should go in. There you go, that wasn't properly engaged in there, so make sure you got everything engaged. You don't want to get ruining anything. So I'm going to leave that. I mean, that's actually, there's a little bit of play there, but that's just hand tight. But as I say, when I get that adapter to fit my little torque wrench, I will do that up to 40 Newton meters. So that's basically the cassette. And now we're going to go over to the brake rotors on the other side. This is the TRP rotor I'm going to be using on the rear. It's a 160 millimeter center lock. Now that just slips onto there like so. And again, little TPR center locking disc, which has got that blue stuff on there, a bit like Shimano had on the bottom bracket. But again, I'm going to put a little bit more grease around this thread as well. Just a very small amount. Again, please tell me if you think I shouldn't be doing this. And then I've got plenty of time to take it off and remove the grease. As I'm saying, I'm no expert. I've just been watching YouTube tutorials on these different things and repeating it myself really. So I guess we can all learn from one another. Hopefully I can bring a little bit of value to someone who's a total basic beginner. And again, I'm gonna reverse that. Again, just seen on the side of here, 40 Newton meters. This needs to be done up. And again, I've just done that reverse and I just heard it click in there and you can actually feel it locating. And lucky enough, this same tool fits this as well, which is very, very handy. So again, I'm just going to do that up hand tight for now until I get my adapter up. And it's feeling like it's not locating in very securely, so maybe it is a different size to what I'm using here. I don't want to mess it up. So I hope that one has brought you some value, especially some maybe real newbies, beginners to bike building or bike maintenance. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching. I'm going to bring this one to a close. Stay safe. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It's now at 19. I need 19 more subscribers and I'm monetized. That will help me greatly in continuing to make these videos. Help me along on my epic journey from the UK to Thailand. So as always, take care and I'll catch you on the next one.